everyone. I am recording this video from my hotel here in Madrid, Spain, to give you an update on the Clash of Claims event between Vladimir Kramnik and José Martínez Alcántara. Originally, this event was scheduled for 3 days, 36 games, 12 games played every single day, and the time control would be 3 minutes blitz with a 2 seconds bonus time per move. Half the games would be played on physical board, and half the games would be played on computers. And this was to simulate the potential differences between physical and online chess. Couple of quick things. The time control of 3+2 was signed by both players. They had agreed to it. I believe Vladimir Kramnik preferred 3+2 across both formats. Of course, the Title Tuesday format that is in question is 3+1. I did push a bit for 3+1, but contracts were signed. Both players had agreed. There was not much more to be done. That's the first thing. Second thing, Vladimir Kramnik himself had requested that both days on all 3 days rather, before the games begin, new laptops are unboxed so that they are brand new, but he has tampered with them potentially, and that was the agreement. Yesterday on day number 1, the first 6 games finished 3-3. And that meant that the online games were about to begin. The players unboxed their laptops and began playing after installing all the necessary Windows updates and so on, or so we thought. At the end of the second game, what had happened was Vladimir Kramnik on his screen was seeing that he had about 2 to 3 to 5 seconds remaining. And because of that, he was playing very fast. He thought he was going to lose on time. When the game ended in a draw, where he squandered his advantage due to time trouble, his time went back up to 30 seconds. How could that possibly happen? And that was confirmed by the arbiter that was watching his screen. How can that possibly happen? So there was an investigation. He refused to play on chess.com. At times, he insinuated that given his relationship with chess.com, there could be people pulling strings, there could be DDoS, there could be other theories. And he said he would not be playing on chess.com because he cannot trust that even if it does not happen again, he cannot trust the time on his screen. And the match was paused after Jose won the first game in the online portion and then ultimately drew the second game. So then they played 4 games over the board, which Jose volunteered because he wanted to give the fans a show. Those games did not go his way, and he finished those games with, I believe, 2 draws and 2 losses. Okay, play was halted. After much negotiation, I have an update and a verdict for you. I'm here in Madrid with my team that works on Chessly, my educational chess platform, and a handful of them are very good engineers. So we volunteered our help to get to the bottom of what happened. And it seems like the issue was the fact that because the players had just unboxed brand new laptops, they needed to go through a series of Windows updates and installations. And the computers were not on the same page. José Alcántara's computer went through updates, adjusted time zones, and was ready to play, and seemingly experienced no issues. Vladimir's computer was always 63 minutes roughly desynced from the local time zone, and on top of that, his computer, because several Windows updates were skipped, not by any fault of his own, his computer was connecting to chess.com on a slightly different network and latency than José's. And chess.com confirms this. They shared logs with us that the local time of both computers was incorrect. It was not in sync. José's was correct, Vladimir's was incorrect. And because of this, he was experiencing a latency. And when he got into a time scramble, that really put it on display. We negotiated. I'm not an official organizer, but I was present today. It was the organizers, Miguel Illescas, who's a friend and I believe a trainer of some sort of Kramnik, if I'm mistaken, I apologize. Vladimir was on the phone with some sort of computer engineer, who I think is in Russia, but was Russian speaking at a very minimum. There was a lot of discussion, a lot of debate. There is nothing conspiratorial. There is no DDoS. It just seems to be a case of it just seems to be a case of I am recording this video from my hotel here in Madrid, Spain, to give you an update on the Clash of Claims event between Vladimir Kramnik and José Martínez. Case of when you open brand new computers and they need to go through updates and installations for an hour, this stuff can happen. And when you connect to the chess.com live server, yes, in a perfect world, maybe they should have some sort of better solution for this, but this is what happened. And so many things were offered. We offered to scrap one game, the game that was affected by the clock. Chess.com confirmed that even though Jose won the first game, that game, Vladimir Kramnik's time, was also being affected by the clock. I argued he found himself in an already very poor position before the clock mattered, but to make the conditions as fair as possible for both players, the players, after much negotiation with the organizers, have agreed to play the match at 28 games instead of 36, because today was a very long day, full of negotiations. They will play 4 over-the-board games today to finish the over-the-board 14 games. And tomorrow, on June 9th, they will play only 14 online games. There will be no physical board. They will be playing 14 online games. Their computers will be verified, updated, unboxed, not in that order, scanned, completely synced up. They will do network tests, and then we will be good to go. So the match is resuming. 28 games will be played instead of 36. They will play 14 online tomorrow in one go. 4 over-the-board games will be played today, June 8th, starting at 7 p.m. local time, 2 hours after the local start. And the 2 online games will be replayed because chess.com has confirmed, due to the desync, Vladimir Kramnik's time was acting funny in both games. They themselves have confirmed it. The only outstanding point is, what about the 4 games Jose volunteered to play? You can argue he was in very poor condition. Both players were unbalanced, but clearly it had affected him. He is okay with it. He accepts his decision. He regrets his decision, but he is okay with his decision. He wants the match to resume exactly like this, and he trusts his ability in the 14 online games tomorrow. The players have been spoken to at length. They have agreed to this. Hopefully this is the last negotiation. And Vladimir Kramnik's requests for a variety of different things were ultimately disproved. And this is the way the match will proceed. Hopefully that was a conclusive update. I would have loved to have made that faster. That's all I have for you right now. Get out of here.